been kidnapped from their crib, kids, the whole nine. It's a lot they don't report on the news. So they use regular civilians to do this. Now, when the regular people grab these kids and these our kids and our goddesses, then what they do is they don't even know what's gonna get done with the kids themselves because it's a chain of command. They never let the next level know what's really going on. So they get a kid. They might round up 200-300 kids, women and kids. And then they'll actually be the ones pick them up, drive them to the location. But after they get paid, they gone. Now, once they get to this location, they in some little cell. From that location, another set of individuals who got paid grab them and take them, transport them to these planes. Now, they get paid, they gone. They don't know where they go when they get to the plane. Now, when they get to the plane, you got another set of beings that'll put them on the plane and fly them, like they showed you in Squid Games, to these different islands and different locations. Boom. Then you get to the island, the pilot, he get paid, he fly away. Now, they get to the island, it's another set of beings that'll take them underground. They get underground and they get led into these reptilian cities. Okay? They get to these reptilian cities, they don't go past the door. Like they showed you an Inside Job. They walk them to the end of the door, they turn around, they gone. Now, this would be your big people, like your big celebrities, your big Pope, the Pope and Queen, people like that, right? Even though the Pope and people like that are reptilians, I'm just using like high power names and let you know these are powerful people doing this, all right? Now, once they get to the reptilian cities, this underground, the reptilian races completely take over from there. So when they get them, that's what they showed you in here. Notice, these monsters, they worked at a factory, right? They worked at a factory, and there was many factories in that city. So that's how it be. It be these whole reptilian cities, right? And they have all these factories, and they have clubs and all that, like we have up here. But when you get to these certain factories, like Monsters Inc. is an actual factory underground in one of these underground cities, just like Murder Inc. Like people thought when you think Murder Inc., you think of like Ja Rule, Irv Gotti, but where they got it from. And that's why they allowed the label to blow, because remember, they signed into the industry. It's actually these underground cities. Murder Inc. is where they doing all the torturing of your celebrities, or they make clones of all of us and torture our clones. That's a real thing they do to us. They have clones of all of us. They showed you that in the Matrix, because all they need is your blood and your bone marrow. They get your blood as a kid. They get your blood every year when they was making you get shots and do yearly checkups. So they got clones of everybody. And they'll make in Murders Inc., which is in these underground cities, they'll make clones of everybody and they'll stab at your clone, have sex with your clone, torture your clone, and you can feel it too because remember, you're connected to the clone through the blood, through the DEA, okay? That's Murder Inc. That's also in these underground cities. However, Monsters Inc. is in these underground cities, and in Monsters Inc., they only using that for one purpose, to get the adrenochrome, to power their underground cities. They don't only just eat the adrenochrome from our kids and our women, but they use it to actually power their cities underground, to power their spaceships. Literally, they can't live without it. It's their everything. So that's why in this movie, remember, they showed you at the beginning what the adrenochrome was being used for. How, hey, come work for Monsters Inc. And they showed the adrenochrome being drained, and how every monster is matched to its own child. And they showed the adrenochrome flowing all through the city and lighting and powering up the whole city. Even at the end, he said we might have a squad of people, of monsters charge us, because all the power gonna be gone now because we not gonna be scaring kids no more. So that's going to show you that they literally need this adrenochrome from our goddesses and our kids. All right, they need it from our kids. Our kids' adrenochrome is more pure than the gods or the goddesses. Just like the goddesses' adrenochrome is more pure than the gods. Our goddesses' adrenochrome is more pure than ours because they are first. They represent the highest of our species. They the X chromosome and the Y, whereas we just the Y. So they don't really fuck with us. But when it comes to our goddesses, they the purest. But most powerful would be the youth, the babies, because they coming straight from the astrals. So their soul is at the purest state. So for them to fear anything, it's double the power because they are at the highest point. Remember, fear is not real. It's negative. It's an emotion. It's a fallen angel. And they show you here how the fear is used to power these underground cities, and they survive off of it. And then they use fear on the surface world up here to run it, to run everything. It all come down to fear. So that's why once you remove the fear, they have no power up here, but just so also they have no power in these underground cities that they had. A lot of them been destroyed, but you still got some that's left. It's endgame. It's still wars going on. But a lot of them been destroyed, but man, they was everywhere. So they literally put this shit right in your face in the movie. And that's why, like, when they went to work, notice when they got to the factory, it was different floors. The floor they worked on was called the scare floor. So that floor was all about going in these little doors, scaring these kids to get adrenochrome. Now, this the freaky thing. When they take the kids in real life to these underground cities, they really do that. Remember, they had a whole set up for them to practice on scaring the kid. That's what they do. They'll take a kid and they'll put them in a little bedroom and everything. So the kid immediately thinking, although he got kidnapped, or this guy just got kidnapped, this strictly about the kids though. The kids immediately think, like, okay, they associate this room they going into with home. They try to make these rooms appear like homely to the kid. So although that kid got kidnapped and was cold all that time, they get to this location, now they got a nice bed and they chilling. Like, oh shit, okay, I can get me some sleep. They go to sleep, and then boom, motherfucking reptilian run up in there and scare the fuck out of them. They drain the adrenochrome off them from scaring them. You feel me? And they keep doing it and keep doing it and keep doing it. And eventually when they get tired of draining that child of adrenochrome, they'll actually mutilate the child like Hillary Clinton was doing kids. That's why when people heard about the video of Hillary that was surfacing of Hillary Clinton on tape, she had like skinned the face off this little. First she scared her. First she stabbed her a couple times. Like she didn't kill her, she stabbed her to get the little girl to bleed and get her to scream and get her scared. Then she filleted her face off. So, you know, if you could skin somebody's face off and they'd still be alive. She literally skinned the little girl face off and wore the little girl face in front of the little girl face and was dancing in front of her and mocking the little girl after she just stabbed her. You feel me? Like, she did all that to drain all that adrenochrome out of her. She could have just killed her. She wanted to get that adrenochrome out of her. Get that adrenaline running. Get them chromosomes leaking. All right? And then after she did that, she took the straw and stuck it in her brain and started drinking her brain through the straw. Like, this is the type of shit they do to the kids. This is what they really doing when they child trafficking. That's why I don't know why they sent child sex trafficking. If they have sex with the child, shit, that's the man, listen. That's rare. They really not on that. What they really doing is they need the energy source. Like they showed you. It powers everything for them. And even up here on the surface. So you got to understand the whole purpose of them showing you the doors. How they brought the door. It was a job to them. They walked in the factory. Remember, this is where they work. This is a job work for them. They walk in the factory. They bring a door down. It'll be a kid already waiting in the door. That's because the kids was already, in real life, the kids already kidnapped. So they got these kids sitting in all these little different rooms that's set up just for them, all cozy with teddy bears. Like they want to get them comfortable. So the child getting there like, oh, okay, well, shit. I was scared at first because I got kidnapped. I didn't know where I was going. But then I'm in this nice-ass comfortable room. Maybe these people ain't that bad. Get a cat. They'll feed the children and everything. But remember, they shapeshifters, so they'll appear like a human being sometimes. So, oh, he's going to be all right. Feed him. Child getting there, lay down, go to sleep. And the whole time it's just a door, a face like it's fake. Because this little room that the child is in belongs to a certain reptilian that's going to come up in there. Now, and scare the fuck out of them. Now, I want you to notice something else. Each monster in the movie, so-called monster in the movie, looked at different. That represents how the reptilian race, right? They don't all look the same. They don't all look the same. So this is what they were showing you in here. When they had all these different monsters, different sizes, different colors, different looks. You feel me? They had a whole community, right? That's going to show you how the reptilian race, remember I told you, it's a lot of different reptilians. It's a whole community, and they all not the same. You got regular draconians, regular reptilians, alpha draconian reptilians. You know what I'm saying? Centaur type reptilians. You got so many different types. So this movie literally showed you how they go get the adrenochrome, why they get the adrenochrome. All right, the different type of reptilians. All right, it exposed Monsters, Inc., which is an actual underground reptilian city that was one of the major headquarters spots. It was right under Area 51. Like, why they had everybody focused on Area 51, that was some surface shit. It was never nothing in Area 51. Under Area 51 was Monsters, Inc., and that's one of the headquarters spots where they did a lot of their torturing. When you hear celebrities talking about they take all the celebrities to Monsters, Inc., you know what I'm saying, to show them. They even have venues. They even have venues set up like a circus where they'll bring these celebrities in and they'll let them sit there in the stands and watch these reptilians come in and scare these kids and then eat them and mutilate them and torture them. That's why they torture them, because when they torture them, it's producing more adrenaline and the chromosomes leaking more. You see what I'm saying? When you get scared, your chromosomes leak. When you're feeling good, your chromosomes strengthen and radiate. That's why you can't fear. That's why the elites rely on fear. So they even expose the whole magic behind fear, the whole fear concept, why they need it, why they use it against us. This is a very, very deep, deep movie. And if you don't know these things, it'll go completely over your head because of the way they did it. And notice, in the movie, the reptilian race had other reptilians in there that was working against them. Like the reptilians was in the inside of the factory trying to do some whole other shit. And then the whole time it was another, the old lady with the glasses, she worked for a group called CDA. And they were like the good reptilians who wasn't with harming kids, who wasn't with that shit. You get what I'm saying? Who understood like, hey, yeah, we need energy, but we don't need it that way. That's why they got rid of them. You feel me? And that's in real life. Remember I told you, you got duality in all things. So the entire reptilian race is not bad. And you do have reptilians that are posed and it's bad reptilians just to help take out the bad reptilians from the inside out. You know what I'm saying? It's the who's infiltrated. So that's what that exposed, how you got your good ones, you got your bad ones. Just like I told you, as above, so below. You got duality in all things. You know what I'm saying? But this whole movie was about the reptilian race and how they how they use the kids for adrenochrome. And these, you see all the doorways that represents when they actually already had them in the city. Because remember, they can't enter that doorway when they at home. They got to go to work. But the doors are already where? At the factory, at the job. Because the kids be already in these little cities in little different doorways that is set up like rooms. And then the other way they showed you that they get the adrenochrome is how the fact that they did come through the doorway, which looks like a closet to the kid. So that represents these little doorways they put in your kids' closets at home. These doorways they put in your kids' closets at home. You know what I'm saying? Throughout the house. And this would explain why your kids be scared of shit. And the kids be scared of the dark. And they be scared to be alone. And they be scared to... I seen something. And we was the same way as kids. Because this is big business. They've been doing this since they landed. So, Monsters, Inc., the shit is like... It's a good movie, but it's kind of sickening how they put that right in front of your face. And you knew nothing about it. You get what I'm saying? So, yeah, you might have known, okay, it exposed the adrenochrome. But you're not knowing how deep they really going. They showing you the underground cities they have. Them niggas ain't live at the job after work. They went home. It was communities. They was going. They had all type of shit going. Clubs. You know what I'm saying? Whole cities. Whole thriving community. And guess what? They was scared as fuck of the kid. Remember that. They thought that they didn't want to touch the kid. Because remember, the kids can hurt them. The reptilians don't like actually touch the kids. They just scare the fuck out of them, weaken them, get all their adrenochrome, then eat them. But they don't let the kids touch them. They don't want the kid actually touching them because they fear the kid. You see what I'm saying? They fear our kids because the kids are pure souls. So they just get into the realm. You see what I'm saying? So the kids are a threat to them. All right? And remember, the kids have all this power. They haven't been tainted yet. They fresh souls. So if they fear the kids, and it's like that in real life. Even though they eat them, they don't go get the kids. They send out other people to go kidnap these kids. By the time the kids get to the underground cities, they already tied up, banded, and all they got to do is just come in and do their thing. Even if they make them a little room and they not tied up, they already caught. See what I'm saying? The reptilians don't come up here on the surface and do shit. Because for one, they can't take no sunlight. For two, they scared of us and they scared of the kids. So they work through other entities. And when they do come at us, we've already been caught, tied up, beat, put in jail. They come like that because they understand what we are. So they still proceed with caution. You feel me? So yeah, this was a very deep download. I appreciate everybody for tuning in. We back tomorrow with grasshoppers, the grasshopper lecture. You know, I'm going to talk to y'all about the different majestics and the majestical beings. Be sure to tune in. Be sure to tune in. I'm going to say Saturday on Instagram. I'm doing a deep lecture, ZRV16 virus. For those of y'all who in the university who want to know what's going on in my case, you know, they ain't got nothing and they trying to, an innocent soul. They really want to stop what I'm doing because I'm waking my people up. So my legal team told me today, because I got like an all black legal team. They kind of like, they